Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
Great to have you with us. Thanks for being here. I think we just saw a Glenn Beck walk by the studio. It was a Glenn Beck sighting.
Wow.
Weird. Is that a mirage? Is it CGI?
CGI Glenn.
Because, wow.
He must be lost.
He must be. This is not Idaho, my friend. What are you doing?
Wow, I bet he's glad to be back where it's 108 degrees every day.
Yeah, I bet he is.
I know I
bet
am.
He is. Oh, I bet you are. And welcome back, by the way.
Thank you.
So you had a good vacation?
Oh, it's great. Pat, just the Rocky Mountain West is the greatest place in the country.
It's great.
It truly is.
Yeah, I do love the Rockies.
I want to play a game with you because I know you'll love this game. I wake up in the middle of the night a couple of nights ago because it was like half camping and half like hotel / Airbnb. Okay, so the windows are open Wednesday and Thursday morning at this place, and I woke up in the middle of the night. It was cold, man. I was like, oh, I gotta go close the window.
Nice.
Guess what the temperature was for me on Wednesday and Thursday morning?
60.
32 degrees.
Oh my gosh. 32?
32 degrees.
And where was that?
Copper Mountain, Dillon, Colorado.
Wow.
Yeah, it's lovely.
That is awesome.
And then by the time we make our way back, it's, of course, 109, I think it was. I just
beautiful.
Don't like it at
No,
all.
it sucks.
It so sucks. But we're getting a cold front today.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Are we? A real one?
A cold front, yeah.
What, down to 100?
It's going to get down to 93 for a high.
Burr.
So that's chilly.
Wow. Have to break out those fall sweaters.
But seriously, if you have the occasion, take your kids camping. Take them camping. And you will bond. And see, I know my son's not going to listen to this when on the trip with him. So you will grow so much closer to your kids if you just spend some time with them outdoors and make them do all the work. Pitch the tents, cook the food. But seriously, it was such a great trip. He and I, Ezra and I, my 17-year-old.
Just the two of you, right? Yeah.
We just explored Utah, Colorado, New Mexico, Arizona.
Wow, nice.
And if you ever get a chance, Big Texan Steak in Amarillo is totally worth the 4-hour drive from DFW.
Oh, is that where they do the 72-ouncer?
Yeah. I just love that place. So good.
Man.
Such a
Did
good
you try
steak. This is probably the third or fourth time we've done this.
Oh, you have? Really?
Yeah, because we always, whenever we go up to the Rocky Mountains,
So
we always
it's
stop
not
there.
just big, it tastes good too,
That's
right?
the thing. It's so gimmicky, but yet the steak is so good. They don't need all the gimmicks. It's very good.
But you couldn't get through it all, I'm sure.
Oh, I didn't do the big 72-ouncer
okay.
thing. Yeah, I did like a 28-ounce or something.
All right.
Yeah.
Because if you eat the whole thing, you get it for free, right?
Yeah, but that's a scam.
Yeah,
You got to eat the salad. You got to eat the potato. And every time I'm there, I think about that scene in Great Outdoors where he's eating the big steak and then the chef comes up, and they thought it was going to be free. He's like, there's nothing but grizzle and fat on that plate. And like the chef is like, makes him eat it. And then he goes and vomits. Anyways, Great Outdoors is such an underrated movie.
Yeah.
Anyway, so get out there, enjoy the weather if you live anywhere but, say, the southern half of the U.S.
Okay. Yeah, because it's not enjoyable here. It's just not. Although we're going to have, you said 3 days in the 90s?
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to.
So welcome back, Glenn. Brought the cool air with him.
Yeah. Nice. All right, we got the Pat Gray Bingo, brand new bingo card today.
2 more weeks.
It starts in the upper left-hand corner. By the way, when you get bingo, you call 888-900-3393. You win $30 worth of merchandise from PatGrayShop.com and a dozen Kexi cookies from Kexi.com. Starting out with the parrot voice. I guess it's that. Right?
I think when you make fun of a liberal that's just repeating the line. Yeah.
Right. Then Keith says,
what in the world?
And we have Lackey Lax from What's Her Face?
Rhonda
Locklear.
Yeah.
Right. Kamala?
When we invest in clean energy and electric vehicles and reduce population.
Okay. She said the quiet part out loud there. Jeffy, Think about it. She's not my type.
She's not my type.
We got
Trump.
Mary, don't you know me? Don't you know me, Mary? Business music, little business. Oh yeah.
You got to say that for when Jeffrey's back in here.
That's right, Mama. Then we have fear leads to anger. Anger leads to hate. Hate leads to suffering. Yes. No. Yes. No. You don't need all of that. Just the fear leads to anger part.
So it does, or it does not?
It does.
I was stumped there at the end.
I didn't leave the Republican Party. Usually followed up by the Republican Party left me. That was from who was that? Oh, that was Arlen Specter, right?
Oh yeah.
I didn't leave the Republican Party. The Republican Party left me. So it would sound like that. We haven't done that in a while. Jeffy, how dare you? Rude little pig from Mallet.
You are a rude, thoughtless little pig, okay?
Okay. All right. Nice
you.
thing to call your daughter. Why am I not wearing pants?
Oh boy.
And we've got, I'm not joking.
I'm not joking.
Keith says,
Oh, got us. I didn't even see this. Got us by the short and curlies. Thank you, Neil Bortz, for that one growing up.
and then Jalalabad, probably in the voice of Tom Brokaw, I'm thinking. In Jalalabad tonight, in Louisville, Kentucky, we're going to Jalalabad later on. Hee-haw, hee-hee. What is hee-hee for?
Oh, that's Michael Jackson.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
That hee-hee. Wow, it just was not computing for a second. Yeah. The buzzer. Poor people aren't necessarily killers. Now, they probably are, but not necessarily. From George W. Bush. Right. James K. Polk Tuesdays.
James K. Polk Tuesday.
Keith says.
Niner.
Then we have the fabulous staircase to climb.
Oh, my gosh.
Takes a little doing because I believe it's Nancy Pelosi's staircase.
How tall is this building?
Very,
Honestly.
very tall. It's a really long staircase. Takes a while to get up.
Yeah, that's some elevation there.
So. And then, we got the Al Gore. He played on our Fears thing, which I have here somewhere.
Oh, no.
I do believe.
He betrayed this country.
He played on our Fears. There it is. Jeffy, once you're in it, you're in it. And then Casey Kasem.
Oh, yeah.
And this week on American Top 40, a man who used to be a woman and is now a man again. That happens all too often now. It used to be the thing that you'd say for Casey, but now it's a real thing.
Now it's not even a...
It's not funny
not
anymore.
Unusual.
No, right. Because it happens
oh, really? Okay.
all the time. All right. Over the weekend, the Iowa State Fair took place, and Republican presidential candidates showed up because that's, of course, the first primary state for Republicans. I don't know. Do Democrats still have Iowa as the first?
It's such a weird calendar, man. Let me see here. I got Iowa caucus is on January 15th. I know it's for Republicans, but is it for Democrats? That's a great question because they've been tinkering to try to be a protector of Joe Biden.
Right.
And I don't have the date for them, but it might be the same. I don't know. The Democrats are all messed up. By the way, can I just say, Asa Hutchinson, really sorry to impose on you to ask you to come to Iowa and meet the voters. I should have sent this in, but I kid you not, Pat. Asa Hutchinson was doing an interview over the weekend, and he said, well, you know, the way the Republican primary set up, it's unfortunate that I have to go to Iowa in order to get on the debate stage. And I'm, what? Bro, do you know who you are? You should be begging to go to Iowa.
Yeah.
You should be lucky you're allowed in that state, man. It was...
My gosh.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he's bad.
So bad.
He's just a really bad candidate.
Yep.
Jeez.
So many ways.
Attendees showed very clearly who they support in 2024, and it's not Asa Hutchinson.
It's not?
No.
Really? Spoiler alert.
No. Look at this crowd waiting to see Donald Trump.
Look at that.
Yeah, that's you might be surprised. That's not Asa Hutchinson's crowd.
Okay, so it's not.
It's not.
We're confirmed on that.
Pretty confirmed, yeah. Wow,
Okay.
look at that.
Oh, yeah. He was popular there for sure.
Really something. Meanwhile, the current president, Joe Biden, was leaving town on Friday. He refused to answer any questions from reporters as he left for yet another vacation.
Look at this.
Why did you interact with so many of your son's business partners, President Biden? Will you hand over your bank records? Do you expect to be impeached, President Biden?
Did you see that for a second there? He thought, hey, maybe I'll give that little... Play that again, Lance. He almost did the...
Fake jog?
The fake joggy jog.
Gave it a thought.
And then he realizes, once he gets to the grass...
Son's business partners, President Biden. Will you
So
hand over
great.
your bank records?
Yeah.
1.5 steps. That's what we're giving. Okay, all right.
It's unbelievable.
Then he realizes, oh, that's the press. They won't be impressed by my faux jog. But, by the way, I got to find this. He, he's at the beach, right? And he was leaving the beach, and we'll get into the Hawaii fires later, but I can't find video on this. But someone asked him, just think about this. It's a simple question, Pat, about the Hawaii fires. Devastating. You're the president of the United States. Someone asks you a question about it. Can't you say anything? Do you remember the spontaneous moment Donald Trump approached Air Force? Was he approaching Air Force One or getting off of Air Force One? And we've got Elton John playing in the background, and someone says about Ruth Bader Ginsburg is dying.
Oh,
and
yeah.
it was the most poignant
Right.
moment of the man's presidency.
Yeah, he handled it really well.
Guess what Joe Biden said about Hawaii? No comment.
No comment.
It's reported that
On 96 Americans dying in a fire and that island being essentially destroyed, he's got no comment.
Right. Justin Sink reports after a couple of hours at Rehoboth Beach, President was asked about a rising death toll in Hawaii. No comment, he said before heading home. And that's it.
He's just a bizarre man.
He's a bizarre man.
Wow.
Correct. Speaking of,
We were thinking it was CGI, seeing you walk by a while
so good
ago,
to see you. Oh, I love the new shirt.
Thank you.
That's cool.
Thank you. How are
Welcome
you?
back.
Thank you.
It's good to be back. Nice to be back in 108-degree heat, isn't it?
No.
No?
No, not really. No.
You're kidding.
No, not. That's not my favorite part of the return.
What would be your favorite part
so
of the
far,
return?
This.
Yeah.
This is it
Okay.
so far.
All right. Good start.
Did you
today.
get back yesterday sometime, or?
Yeah. Yesterday afternoon, went up and saw my son at college, and
Oh.
turned into a man suddenly.
Yeah.
So
Really?
crazy.
tell
So
ya.
crazy.
Good.
But-
Now, at college where he's not working, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, going to college and working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Nice.
yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
Really-
Man, they grow up
fun.
so fast, dude.
They don't. They do, don't they?
it's-
I mean,
yeah.
it's
Sucks.
yeah. Pat, your kids are what, 56 now?
Yeah. 70. One of them's
Yeah.
70 years old.
I mean, I have a kid now almost going on, 40. On our way to 40.
yeah.
It's like, what?
Yeah.
When did that happen? I remember talking to people, and they're like, yeah, my youngest is 56. And you're like, oh, how old are you?
Wow, are you old?
I mean,
you remember
yeah.
that?
I know. And it's like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
that's me now.
Yep.
Weird.
It's so weird that you
Yep.
came in and you said that about your son, because that's the same exact experience that I had in this past trip. I just got back today from just camping throughout the Rockies, and we just talked about this. And I watched my son become a man. I mean, it's just being outdoors with him and going, you're not my little boy anymore.
No, I know.
It's
weird.
amazing how quickly they grow
weird.
up, man.
But no, the weirdest thing is that the state still allows him to have children.
Well, I was grandfathered in. You can't do anything about it now.
You need a license to drive a vehicle.
But you don't need a license to have a kid.
That's weird, isn't
wow,
it?
Wow, that's weird.
We got to do something about that.
I know.
So what's your big deal today? What's your big issue? What are you fired up about?
I mean, there's so many to choose from.
I think the Biden Weiss thing.
We're about to get into that.
Yeah, it's pretty big. Pretty big.
You want to stick around and have fun with that? Because boy, there's a lot going on there.
No, I got to put my stuff together. But what do you think the big story is?
It's probably that.
Yeah. Okay, I mean, if this isn't obstruction of justice in every step
honestly,
of. I mean, it is crazy.
I'm torn on this, though, because by naming David Weiss the special counsel, I can't tell if they are, and we'll find out, are they just doing this to protect Joe Biden?
Of course they are.
Or, that's the obvious one, or are they setting it up so that they can go, we're going to need Gavin Newsom in here, so look what David Weiss found, so you might want to head out. It could be either or. Look, Glenn's thinking now.
No, I'm not thinking.
No,
I'm
no.
not.
But it is such a. They're always three steps
thing.
ahead of the Republicans.
I know, but here's this is getting obvious now.
Yeah.
I mean, he can't be appointed special counsel. That's not how you appoint special counsel. They can't work for the government.
Right.
Thus the word special.
And
next thing they'll do is like, special counsel.
If David,
you wanted special, you said you wanted special. I'm special counsel.
If David Weiss had all the authority he needed, which was said beforehand, then why do you need to make him special counsel?
Exactly right.
And boy, all this does is this keeps him from having to testify in front of Congress. This is they're so bad, but they're so good, the Democrats.
Yeah. Well, and it's why we're so, we're so jaded now. You just, anything that happens, you just think, well, nothing's going to come of it.
Yeah.
Do you see the Nordstrom's break-in?
The 50 people who did the smash and grab.
I mean,
100,000 and. So last week just last week, they got $300,000 out of another store in the area, like 20 miles away. They got $300,000 in the same kind of thing.
So I'm in this small town over the weekend, and it's not a wealthy town, to say the least. And we went to Best Buy. Is it Best Buy? The box store that everything is on discounts. I don't know. It's not Best Buy.
Big Lots.
Big Lots.
Oh,
yes,
really?
We're in Big Lots, and so I'm in Big Lots, and we buy in this little table thing, and I said, "You don't happen to have a screwdriver set?" And the lady said, "Yeah, absolutely. In the back corner, blah blah." We go there. There's nothing. There's nothing there. Literally nothing there. And this woman comes around the corner from Big Lots, and I said, "They said you had screwdrivers back here." She said, "Oh, honey, we used to have screwdrivers." Oh, no. And I said, "What do you mean?" She said, "We can't keep things in stock and on the shelves."
Oh, they're stolen?
She said, "Yeah."
Town.
Oh,
it's just, and
really?
And I said, "You got to be kidding me. Here?" She said, "Here, everywhere." She said, they're not prosecuting anybody.
Yep.
And she said, it's, $5, so why not just take it? She said, and we can't do anything about it.
Right.
Wow.
That is just crazy
when it's adding up to $100,000, though, maybe you should be doing something about it.
Yeah,
maybe.
that's not coordinated.
Right.
Oh yeah. Oh, this is
it's organized crime.
It's clearly
absolutely.
But what they would say is, I only took less than $1,000.
Right. And then so did the other 49 people with
correct,
me.
and that is literally organized crime.
Yes.
Yeah, we're going to take a special walk down California. We're going to walk through California later. We've got about 4 videos of what's going on in that state. It's lost.
Oh, it's
California's gone.
Well, but remember, gang, this is top down, bottom up, top down, inside out. Yeah. You've got to make the streets so unsafe and so unruly.
Man, they're doing a good job.
They're doing a great job that people on the right and the left's now calling for National Guard.
Right. Yeah.
National Guard in their cities. Really?
Yeah.
So you want to put a National Guard. You had a problem with Trump doing that, but now you're calling for it. Top down, bottom up, inside out.
Yeah, the other fun thing is what's going on with the illegals in the housing of illegals in the New York area. You see, Long Island City just turned that nice 4-star hotel into a refuge for the illegals.
How do they do that?
It costs, the average cost is $4,000 a month in that city. $4,000 a month to rent a 1-bedroom apartment. 1 bedroom, $4,000 a month, and you're just going to allow the illegals to take over that 4-star hotel?
Is that through eminent domain? How do
I don't know if they took it or if they paid for it. There was nothing in the article about
well,
how
you couldn't
they
pay me
it.
enough. I have a 4-star hotel. You can't, unless the city is just over.
Yeah.
Unless it's like, we're not getting any money out of this hotel ever again because the city is just over.
Yeah,
and you couldn't pay me enough.
Well, I know.
And citizens of New York are pushing back. We have video from Staten Island later we're going to play. They're turning nursing homes into shelters for illegals. And the people in Staten Island are like, the hell you are. And there thousands of people showed up. And I mean, in Staten Island. I mean, this
was it Chuck Todd that said
Chuck Todd
that actually gave credit to Greg Abbott, who said, progressives aren't going to know how to handle this, and they don't.
Yeah, the Greg Abbott.
And they don't.
Because we've known this the whole time. They're always not in my backyard.
Yes.
And they've gotten away with it because only Greg Abbott and DeSantis have said, really? Yes, in your backyard. If it's in our backyard, it's certainly going to be in your backyard.
Yeah. Greatest political move of all time.
Truly.
It may be.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Because it just brought it home to them.
Yep.
And they get to feel what it's like to be a border state. So,
okay.
Great to have you back.
Thank you.
Yeah, so where people get that awesome shirt that you've got at Blaze Shop?
Can it be had?
I think so. I think today may be the first day it's for sale.
Yeah, I'm welcome.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thanks.
All right, looks good. Welcome back. Every year we all pledge to save more and spend less, but how are you supposed to save when you're paying the inflated prices everywhere that we have to every day for essentials like gas and groceries? You can't just cut those purchases out of your budget. But now, thanks to my 2023 money back hack, you can get cash back from them with Upside. Upside is an incredible app for anyone who buys gas, groceries, or dines out. That's virtually everybody, I think, all of us. With Upside, I get cash back on every purchase. It's my secret weapon for staying on track with my savings goals. Fantastic play. It will show you. You go to the app and it shows you where to get gas for 11 cents, 23 cents. I wish I had my. Wish I had it ready. I should have. I will show this next time. But it shows you where to go to get these incredible discounts.
Nice.
It's awesome. To get started, all you have to do is download the free Upside app. Use my promo code PAT, and you'll get an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas. That's in addition to the discount that's already there that they tell you about that you went there in the first place for. So then you get an extra 25% off as well. Download the free Upside app and use the promo code PAT to get 25% or an extra 25 cents back for every gallon off your first tank of gas. That's an extra 25 cents back for every gallon on your first tank of gas using a promo code PAT.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, kind of what we alluded to moments ago. On Friday, the White House pulled a maneuver that's likely going to get Joe and his crackhead son off scot-free.
I know.
Man. Attorney General Merrick Garland appointed David Weiss special counsel to investigate Hunter Biden. Ooh. Legal mind Jonathan Turley had this to say about it.
You know, I'm trying to digest all of this. This is the U.S. attorney, Jonathan, who was agreeing to this plea deal that a judge essentially blew up because she found inside this broad immunity that the prosecution and defense were not talking about.
That's right. And that deal has been really ridiculed quite universally as a sort of a sweetheart deal. He just had 2 whistleblowers testify in Congress saying that the investigation itself was fixed. And so for many people, this is like solving the mutiny on the Bounty by making Captain Bligh an admiral. I mean, it doesn't address the underlying problem. I mean, he's been accused of an investigation where the Bidens were tipped off, where crimes were allowed to expire without any explanation. He came up with relatively minor charges while there were felonies out there that could have been charged. So the question is, why would you appoint this person as special counsel when you're supposed to appoint a special counsel who's unassailable, someone often outside the Department of Justice, and instead you appoint the person who's been the subject of these investigations?
Then you wonder why we're so cynical about the government today. Why we're so cynical about everything going on. Why people come up with conspiracy theories all the time. Why the internet is abuzz with all manner of theories.
Yeah, I thought Charlie Kirk, he tweeted out, remember, a special counsel is not the same as an independent counsel. David Weiss, who will be investigating Hunter Biden, will report to Merrick Garland and ultimately to Joe Biden. The man investigating the son is accountable to the father.
That's perfect.
It sure is. It really is.
Just perfect.
And I floated out the possibility that, hey, maybe they will find something here to pave the way for a Gavin Newsom. I think there's a 10% chance of that. I think it's 90%. It's just a way to protect the. I mean, that's not crazy analysis by Keith Malinak. That it's just a way to protect the Biden crime family. But they're going to run the clock out on this, man.
Yep.
They're going to absolutely do it, because even if Biden loses in 24 and somehow, the will of the people goes through, and he's gone, then he's going to pardon Hunter.
Oh, yeah.
Between November and January. Either way, it goes back to what you always say. Nothing's going to
come of it.
Come of this.
Reporter Catherine Herridge had this to say about it.
Former federal prosecutor I spoke to just before this event said to me the appointment of a special counsel would have the effect of delaying a resolution on the Hunter Biden matter, in his opinion. And it would certainly delay any anticipated testimony from the U.S. attorney in Delaware to Republicans on Capitol Hill who have been seeking that testimony for several months. So it's an extraordinary development considering where the two parties were 2 weeks ago to wrap up this years-long case, now to the appointment of a special counsel that will have these broad authorities, most importantly, to continue this ongoing investigation, Margaret.
Just another little irritant, too. Is everybody back to the mask thing again? You see them walking off the plane. Was that recent footage?
No.
Or was that from a while ago?
That was from the inauguration.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, no wonder.
Yeah.
Because, they're starting to make a big deal out of the COVID comeback, I guess. That we've had a little bit of a surge, and so everybody's in a panic mode now. Is that we need to start panicking again? I really don't think so, but they want us to. They want us to.
In fact, that's a great time to remind people, and I'm going to just double check here, that the Biden administration, don't forget, is still actively trying to get that mandate put back into place on the FAA on planes.
So great.
So they're still
Isn't that great?
battling that in court.
Isn't that fun?
For your safety.
That's fun.
They just want you to be safe, man.
It's for your safety. These people are all about protecting you. You know that.
I do.
We don't have to tell you that.
And they're also going to get, David Weiss is going to get to the bottom of the Hunter Biden stuff, too.
Yeah, he's on it like Blue Bonnet. He's going to be a bulldog on this. He doesn't care who his boss is. He doesn't care who he reports
Wherever
to.
the facts lead, Pat.
That's where he's going.
That's where they're going to go. What a joke. What a joke country we are now. It's really depressing.
Sad. Very much so.
Anyway. Go out and enjoy the great outdoors while you can. So before they become battlefields.
We're also going to revisit the interview Dementia Joe gave the Weather Channel last week. We played some of that.
Yeah.
But there were some pieces that we have to get to that we didn't last week.
Yeah.
It's great.
He's fun.
He's fun. I mean, we showed you him wiping the bug or the fly off of the reporter's lapel. It was very close to her
chest.
snoobage. And she did not. I don't think she appreciated that gesture.
I don't think so either.
At all.
But it's what he said just before he groped the weather chick.
Yeah. Okay.
That we need to see.
And we'll get into that coming up next. I got some X's from X, or tweets from X, or...
I refuse.
I don't know.
I refuse to call it that.
I know. A lot of people are refusing, actually. It is dumb.
It is so...
I'm sorry.
I don't care that you're the richest man in the world and I've made bad financial decisions in my life.
It's just part of the lexicon now. You know? Yeah. You're going to squander all that free pub you get from every radio station on this planet, too? That's just weird. Anyway, Dirty Mule tweets... Nice to see that swelling went down, Keith.
Oh, yeah.
We were all mega Doppler concerned. Yeah, because, man, last week was bad.
I have to give
for this swelling.
Jeffy credit on something here. Thank you for filling in, Jeffy. I appreciate that.
Oh, you're saying it wasn't you last week. Is that what you're saying? Oh, okay.
No.
Oh.
I didn't say that at all. I don't know what I'm saying. So I've got, can you zoom out just a little bit, Lance? I've got this Atlanta Falcons helmet. Did you see that just fell? This little, okay, so my Falcons helmet is here. By the way, NFL preseason well underway. Jeffy left me a little Post-it note on my Falcons helmet that reads 28-3. I want to thank Jeff Fisher for
the reminder of the Super Bowl.
Yeah. Come here, Lance. Okay, 28-3.
Yeah.
I said Lance, I meant Joe. Sorry. Anyway. So he left me a nice little Post-it note. Thank you, Jeffy. I love you too. Too soon.
He's a helper.
He's a helper.
He's definitely a helper. Let's see. Sons of Thunder 43. Burgum hasn't hit Iowa yet? Nah, but it's on the way. You know it's on the way.
Oh, no. Is he going to?
Doug Burgum is going to take that state by fire. He's actually already qualified. Can you believe it? For the debate. He's qualified. Doug Burgum is in.
Oh, hang on. I have a confession to make. I've donated to one candidate in this race.
And it was Doug Burgum, right?
No. I was going to.
Okay.
But remember when I went to get the gift card, the $1 for 20 was gone. He wanted $5 for 20. And I said,
no,
I'm not
worth
doing it.
It.
I'm not taking a $15 profit.
A 4-to-1 No, not worth it.
No.
Not
So
worth
so apparently that's what got him on the stage.
All right. Yeah. You were probably the one that put him over the top.
Who's the Miami mayor? Francis Suarez. I mean, he's good.
Yeah, he is.
So he did the same thing. And I may have...
You donated to him?
May have done.
I don't think Suarez is in it.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, he is?
Yeah. Because of people like me.
So is there more than 7 now?
I paid $1 to Suarez for $20.
Ah, man.
Sorry. I had to... I'm sorry. It's a $19 profit. I had to take it.
Thanks a lot, Keith.
So that's what's over.
So when we're not getting a decent answer, a long enough answer from the actual people we want to hear from, Trump, Ramaswamy, DeSantis, you can thank Keith for that.
Yeah, but I'll have $19 in my pocket.
And you'll have to take solace in that.
Yeah.
Jimmy Dimples, faux jog, goes great with the faux job Biden's doing.
Yeah.
B. DeBodine tweets, I don't think that was a fake jog by Joey. I think the feeble, senile old codger almost tripped over a blade of grass. That could well be. That could well be.
Yeah.
Micah 6'8" is enough. Joe Biden's no comment regarding Maui is like his looking at a watch moment.
Oh, yeah, good point.
Yeah, when he looked at his watch when the flag-draped coffins of the 13 soldiers, troops.
Despicable.
Were
Despicable
so bad.
moment.
So bad. Jam Jars 0. Is the Trump crowd you guys played actually a Trump crowd?
Yeah.
There's been a lot of clips just of the Iowa State Fair, which always has giant crowds and people claiming it was for Trump.
No, that's fair. But look, they're all holding up their phones because he had just arrived in a vehicle and he was about to come out. And you'll look right here to the left. Look at that banner. It says Team Trump. Boom, right there. They're holding that up. No, these people are all waiting for one Donald John Trump for sure.
Yep. Yeah. Probably. Mrs. Boots. One of the stores in our town has a high theft rate. They can't do anything because it's small amounts. They do not allow big purses or bags in the store now.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of precautions that are being taken by some of these outlets, and some of them have just locked up everything.
Well, when you go to a place like Colorado, say, we didn't go to Denver on this trip, But you could see a place like a big city like Denver where this could be a really big problem because in that state's idiocy, they now charge you 10 cents per bag when you go to check out. So me and Ezra are just like carrying stuff out like this. So it looked like we had robbed the place because I'm not paying 10 cents for a bag. So they encourage you to bring in your own bags.
Okay.
So could you not see a place like a Denver, Colorado, where people come in with these bags and say, "Ha, look at me, I don't want to pay for a bag," and now it's just normal.
It doesn't raise any suspicion that you're coming in with a bag.
Exactly.
Were you here when we showed the footage of the guy who came into the convenience store and was just unloading all the shelves into a giant garbage can?
No. Is that the one where the guy
he wheeled in a garbage can? Like the kind you leave on the side of the road for the garbage pickup.
No.
It was that big. It was a full-size garbage can, and he's just dumping stuff in it.
Happy Halloween.
And so the two clerks that were there, I think one of them was the store. Yeah, you're gonna see it here,
gosh.
but it's nuts. And there's a customer. The sound is down, but you can. The customer is saying, there's nothing you can do. Just wait for police. You gotta let him do it. There's nothing you can do about it. And they're like, no, we're not letting it happen. We're not. We're going to take a stand. And they did. And they beat the crap out of the guy.
Yes.
With
and
a
then they got in
stick.
trouble, right?
Yeah. But then it turned out they weren't going to be prosecuted.
Good. You can make a quicker getaway on stuff like this if you wear a belt or pants that fit. This guy is constantly trying to pull his pants up, which is slowing down his getaway.
I love that.
So this is
the unmitigated gall. This guy apparently comes in like multiple times a month and does this to the store.
What?
And they're like, no.
Okay, so it's
not going to happen again.
This is Stockton, California. I don't know if you want to do this here, Pat, or if you want to wait till later where we can take a little trip through California because, like we mentioned earlier, that state's gone. California's gone. It's gone. Yeah.
Ain't nothing you can do, man.
Ain't
nothing you can do.
Yeah.
Watch us.
I literally have the law on my side, man.
Nothing I can do? How about this? I'm doing this. How do you like that?
Oh, bro.
Yeah, they wailed on him.
Good.
Wailed on him.
I would elect these guys to make the laws.
Right?
Uh-huh. And this is what you're going to get, just like Glenn said.
Yep.
Top down, bottom, whatever he said. Something he's been doing for years.
But people are going to be fed up. They don't want you stealing stuff, understandably. And so they're going to take a stand, and people are going to get hurt. It's despicable.
And that kind of reaction, that vigilantism, which I just call common sense, it's just going to be on the rise.
Well, it has to be.
Yeah, because if you're not going to take care of the problem, elected
then
official,
we will.
then we will. Yes.
Exactly right. Now, later on,
what?
The customer's helping the guy out of the store because they're like,
Did he get
let
his
him go.
trick or
Let him
treat
go
bag?
now.
Did
Let
he-
him go
did he
now.
take his big
No,
trick
he
or
didn't
treat?
get to
No.
take his trick or treat bag with him.
Okay.
But on the way out, he's like, "Can I get a soda?" There it is. Can I get a soda? Yeah. Let me get you a Slurpee too. You deserve it.
Can I get a belt? I mean, seriously, he spent half the time hacking his pants off.
I know.
Bro.
Incredible.
That state's lost.
Yeah.
And it's only going to spread out from there. And it already has. I mean, places like Dallas and New York, and you see it everywhere.
Yep.
Blue cities.
All right. We'll get to what we talked about with Joe Biden coming up here in a second. But first of all, you know that traditional bed sheets can harbor more bacteria than a toilet seat, right? That is such a nasty statistic. That can lead to all kinds of gross things. Miracle Made offers a whole line of self-cleaning, eco-friendly bedding, though, such as sheets, pillowcases, and comforters that prevent 99% of bacteria and require 3 times less laundry. They've got self-cooling properties for better quality sleep. They're self-cleaning as well as self-cooling. It's just, I mean, these are so great. And they're luxurious. They feel so nice to sleep on. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat. Trymiracle.com/Pat. Give them a try today. And whether you're buying them for yourself or a gift for a loved one, if you order today, you can save over 40%. And if you use our promo code PAT at checkout, you'll get 3 free towels and save an extra 20%. Upgrade your sleep with Miracle Made. Go to trymiracle.com/Pat. Use the promo code PAT, claim your free 3-piece towel set, and save over 40% off. Again, that's trymiracle.com/Pat to treat yourself.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Okay, so last week, Dementia Joe was hanging out with the Weather Channel because that's where the people are.
Hard-hitting.
And, he can get in some really good hard-hitting interviews there and handle some tough questions. So, a lot of what he actually said was incoherent. But what's he talking about here when it comes to spending $368 billion?
Yeah, what is this?
Listen to this.
Are you prepared to declare a national emergency with respect to climate change?
I've already done that. We've conserved more land.
Wait, what?
We've rejoined the Paris Climate Accord. We've passed a $368 billion climate control facility.
What?
We're moving. It is the existential threat.
What was that?
So you've already declared that national emergency?
Well, in the practice, you have a bug on it.
Oh, thanks. Appreciate it. So you've already declared that national emergency?
Practically speaking, yes.
Yeah.
Practically speaking, yes. Wait, okay, so you already declared a climate change emergency. That should be...
That's a red flag.
A big-time red flag to all of us.
I mean, that almost...
Wait, what?
They said we were getting hung up on the $368 billion climate control facility.
Yeah, what is that exactly?
I don't know.
What's a climate control facility?
Did he just say the quiet part out loud that they're controlling the weather? Is that what that was? But then you get distracted by the climate emergency's been declared. Then you get distracted by he's groping the chick.
Yeah, right. Right.
Oh. Oof. Anyway, fun times in America.
He's obviously heading up the climate cult. And presidential candidate Vivek Ramaswamy was asked about those pushing the climate agenda in this country. Here's what he had to say.
You've coined this term climatism.
Yeah.
What does it mean?
I think it refers to an ideology that says we have to abandon fossil fuels and carbon emissions at all cost to stave off existential climate risks for humanity. I think that is a religious conviction. It is not a scientific conviction.
Thank you.
So I think we have to reckon with the facts to say that are global surface temperatures going up? Yes, it appears to. That's a fact.
Because of the emission of carbon?
Because of broadly man-made causes, including but not limited to the emission of carbon, and also non-man-made causes. Yes.
Yes.
Is that an existential risk for humanity? No, it is not. Does that mean that we should abandon or even abate the use of carbon or carbon dioxide emissions? No, it does not in my book. I think the right question we should be asking is what advances human prosperity?
Yes.
That's what I care about. That's what I will care about measuring as the leader of this country, rather than obsessing over a cult of carbon.
When people point to the 101 degree water temperatures in Florida, or the heat waves throughout the country, or the unparalleled storms and climate events.
Pause it for a second.
Oh no.
By all that is good, right, and holy. The storms we are having are not unparalleled. They're not unprecedented. They have happened before and worse than we're experiencing now. The 4 and 5 level hurricanes are way down from years past. Way down. Now, there's not more frequent. There's not more intense hurricanes. That is an absolute lie they keep propagating.
Okay, so you want to go with facts.
Yeah, I do.
Not with feelings.
Right, yes.
Okay, well, whatever.
Yes. I know it feels bad to people.
Sure does.
When things happen, but we've got 24-hour news cycles now with 24-hour cable news channels, and you see this stuff all the time, every day. So, yeah, when a thing like Hawaii happens, we hear about it all the time.
Yeah, and don't forget, I mentioned before the break, or before my break, sorry, that in Dallas-Fort Worth, for example, the record number of 100-degree plus days, we would need to be above 100 degrees every day through September 18th if we were going to set the record for most 100-degree days in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Right.
Now, what did we just say earlier? ooh, cold front coming through. We're going to be in the 90s the next 3 days. Well, then that's going to mean
push it back
to
further.
September 21st. So in other words, I'm keeping this number in my head to compare it to the worst, and we're not even close to the worst yet here in Dallas, for example.
I think 2011 was 72 days, and I think it was 72 days in a row. Was it 72 in a row? Maybe it was 42 in a row, 72 total. I don't know, but it was a lot.
Yeah.
It was more than we're experiencing right now. It seems hot. It is hot. But damn it, it's summertime.
Thank you.
That's what happens.
Thank you.
In the summertime, it gets hot. And sometimes in the summertime, it gets really hot.
Think about this, though. They always have either side. Because the counter to that, we could say, remember February of 2021 when we had that ice age here in Dallas and it got down like 9 below or whatever it was?
Yep.
And so they'll say, oh, well, then that's an example of weather weirding and climate change on the other extreme weather. Dear God, you can't win with these people. They have
because they've got
either side of
yes, they've got all angles covered.
Oh, my gosh.
We've said this jokingly before, but it's absolutely true. If it's colder, if it's hotter than normal, it's climate change. If it's colder than normal, it's climate change. If it's about the same as ever, it's climate change. It just doesn't matter. It's always climate change.
Yeah. Anything that is anywhere near the realm of weather is that is uncomfortable is climate change. And now they're latching on to, of course, Hawaii. They have to say
now
that
the fires are caused by climate change.
Yes, and by the way, what was it? $24 billion going to Ukraine, and Joe Biden vacationing while this is happening there. It's just, I mean,
is that passed now? We are definitely sending him the $24 billion. I knew that was a possibility.
Yeah, I saw that. I had to double check.
$24 billion done deal.
Yeah, we're fine. It's good. It's good. But did you see that in Hawaii that the alerts, like the little siren thing, didn't go off?
Yeah, that's why so many people have died. Yes. One of the reasons, because they got such late notice.
This is the same place that a few years ago, remember they had that incoming nuke warning, like, yeah, you're all going to die. Remember that?
Yeah.
And that message went out, and people were like, oh my gosh, what are we going to... But we can trigger that, but we can't in a real emergency. We do have a little bit of good news. We have the miracle of the church there in Maui.
That let's
survived.
see that.
Yeah, this is good. Yeah. Thank God for this little miracle here. Look at that. Everything's devastated there. But this church.
Oh, wow. Huh.
Smoldering, literally. Everything around this church.
And then there's that. Unscathed. That's something. Coincidence?
Look at that, dude.
Wow. All right, 888-900-3393.
Mercury1.org, by the way.
Yes, if you'd like to help. Mercury1.org, if you can help out at all. Also, we got to talk about Vivek and his thoughts on the FBI coming up later on as well.
Pat Gray, Unleashed.
Pat Gray is here on the Blaze Radio Network.
I got some tweets here from Unsolid Chlorine Home, which I believe is a reference to something Joe Biden spewed last week. We couldn't figure out what is he saying. I think we settled on Unsolid Chlorine Home. That's not what it was, but that's what we settled on. Democrats play to win. Republicans play to run around like chickens with their heads cut off. Indeed.
Yep.
Bad engineer, what a surprise. The election is around the corner and COVID is making a comeback. Yeah, who could have seen that coming? Other than everyone. Caffeinated Texan, there are two major lefties at my job who never stopped wearing masks. Yeah, and isn't that fascinating, too? Because that all started during the Trump administration. The mask wearing, the suggestions and the mandates that were put out by the CDC and Anthony Fauci under Donald Trump, and the vaccine that came out because of Donald Trump. And now they love it, and they are all about it. And yet, do they ever stop and think, it was Trump who really started all this stuff? That's fascinating to me.
A lot of masks in Colorado.
Fascinating. Were there?
I saw last week.
Ah, boy. Yeah, it's coming back, that's for sure.
You can go for it, y'all.
Yeah, wear them if you want.
No, I'm not. And
I'm
don't
not going
ask.
to.
Don't ask.
Right, I'm
again.
not doing it. Not
I've already
doing
told you no to all this crap,
Mm-hmm.
and it's still the same answer. Oh, jeez.
Yep.
Yeah, and he's the tweeter is right. The climate lockdown's coming, and then and it'll be. But wait a minute. Hold on. Let me think this through. Hold on. Okay, so they used COVID for the ballot drop boxes, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you don't want to get in your car during the climate lockdown because you're going to pollute the skies. So, sorry. So you have to stay home. Crap, they'll just mail them in. Never mind.
Right. That's right.
I represent science.
Sloth and gluttony awareness tweets, don't you remember the conspiracy theorists told us climate change, hysteria, and lockdowns were next after COVID?
Yeah, sorry.
Right on schedule.
That's the one I was,
All right. You got to play this this clip from Vivek Ramaswamy.
You've got the audio, right?
Yeah,
The
I do.
FBI?
Yeah. It's just it's part of his podcast interview, I think, with Russell Brand.
Yes.
He was talking about the Ukraine war, but then he also had this to say, which I found fascinating.
So here's what I'll do. There are other people in this race. You've talked to some of them, I gather, who will make sort of false promises of, we'll reform it. I'll fire Christopher Wray. They don't think they're making a false promise. They're good people. They're patriots. They mean well. They want incremental reform. You cannot incrementally reform these agencies. So you want to know what the right answer is? You have to shut them down. And I will absolutely, on day one in the office, shut down the FBI. We don't need it.
Wow. That's quite a promise, isn't it? Day one of a Vivek Ramaswamy administration, he would shut down the FBI.
See, he talks like that, and I'm like,
I know. Then you're
when
all
do I
over it.
vote?
I know.
Take my vote.
Yep.
Oh my gosh, I've been screaming that for years, and now having a presidential candidate who also, by the way, talks about Calvin Coolidge.
Yeah.
Be still my beating heart. But there's so many red flags with him too.
Like, give me one. What's a red flag for you from Vivek?
He's rapping Eminem in Iowa at the state fair. I mean, that's got to stop. There's connections to Soros that I can't tell how tight these bonds are there to the Soros Foundation. But I think the fact that you're trying to get any kind of mention of it scrubbed off the internet is a red flag.
I'll tell you what a red flag. I read an article last week or so that was talking about him just recently starting to vote. I think as recently as 2020 was the first time he'd ever voted Republican. Like,
okay, that's
wait, what?
Wow. So
what?
was he voting Democrat
How did he
before
become
then?
this conservative this quickly? That's interesting.
And
So
that's
I want to ask him about that when we get him on the air, because I think we're going to. But I got to ask him about if that's true. Okay, because some of these things just aren't true. The WEF stuff, he's explained that pretty well, and to my satisfaction when I heard him talking about that.
Good.
But okay, what made you change in 2020 if you did? And tell me about that transformation, because I think that's important. Glenn has talked about it for years. The pivot point.
Pivot point, yes.
What is your pivot point?
Yeah.
You don't just all of a sudden one day wake up and think, you know what, I'm going to start voting Republican now.
Yeah.
It doesn't happen that way.
Well, I'm a two-issue candidate, I've admitted, in this race in 2024, and it's the vaccine and it's Ukraine.
And I think he's pretty good on both, isn't he?
Well,
I don't know on the vaccine.
He was, So he was on a COVID commission in Ohio, the state he's from. I've read quotes from him about the vaccine, And you could give him a little bit of grace, but then I put myself back in that time, and I was like, no. If I, how do I say this? I don't know. If I, who am not anywhere near running for president, could see issues, why the hell couldn't you? Your judgment should have been better too, sir. But it was also for masks, man. Come on now. So you asked me for other red flags. Right. Trans in the military. I mean, stop.
Oh, he's okay with that?
Yeah, he's fine with that.
All right.
He's talking about maybe pardoning Hunter Biden.
Yeah, that's weird.
Bro.
I just saw that headline today. I didn't read the article, but we'll ask him about that too.
And he flipped on January 6th with Trump. I mean, he called Trump's... He's flipped on that. And I don't like how he is such a rah-rah... He's cooled down on that. But he's been so pro-Trump that it's like, stop. We see what you're up to there, trying to get the number 2
It was
job.
like he was running for vice president.
Exactly what he was like.
Yeah,
But
I don't know what it's that way
good,
now, but
when he's good, Pat,
oh my gosh,
he's so good, and
he's
it's
one of the most
infuriating.
intelligent candidates
Yes.
he's ever run.
It's infuriating. I don't want to think this deeply on a candidate. Stop.
But the other thing that bothered me in that article that I came across was that he supposedly, if this is true, it's really bad. He's for a 59% death tax.
Whoa, that I'm not familiar with.
Because of income inequality. I'm like, what?
How recent was this?
I think he's still for it. Which is what, one of the things I want to ask him. If that's true, are you really, or were you, or is that gone now, or is that still a policy position of yours? Because why are they entitled to 59% of everything I accrued during my lifetime, more so than my family?
Yeah, really. Oh my gosh, bro, that's not
It's immoral. It's immoral. And you've already paid taxes on all that stuff. The last thing you need to do is tax what I have left over that you didn't take from me already.
I mean, an income tax is immoral enough.
Yeah, it is.
And now you're doing it when I'm dead? Okay. And
right.
I'm trying to find... let's see. Okay, here we go. I'm just looking here, and I'll tell you what this payoff is. Should the current... Okay, see, that's not good. Okay, so what I started to say there, and I wanted to look this up, is like, I feel like I don't know how. I don't know where my brain is so mush on this. It's like, I like Vivek Ramaswamy. I do. But I'm nervous as hell with him more than anybody else. More than with even RFK. Because it's like with RFK, I feel like at least I know what I'm going to get. Vivek's all over the map on this stuff. And I'm like, But then I looked up RFK Jr.'s policy on the estate tax. Should the current estate tax be decreased?
I believe he says no, right?
Let's see here. Well, it says, hold on, before I sign this, I may be reading this wrong. I thought it said no, but it says his party support base is no. So I don't know what Kennedy threw. Okay, wait. Oh, no, it's a different Kennedy. John Kennedy, Louisiana. Well, hell, I don't know, man. I thought I had the answer there, but
apparently not.
Sound money plan, $1 billion for his right. That's it.
But if and when we get Vivek on, we're asking him about all of this stuff. So, because if he can adequately overcome these things, these red flags, it's tremendous. Seriously, tremendous.
Seriously, we're gonna sit down for that interview and say, please make us still like you.
Please, I don't want all that is
20
holy.
minutes from now, will we still love you?
Well, that was the thing. It seemed too good to be true. And then you start to hear this stuff, and maybe it is. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. I'm keeping my fingers crossed. We need to play Congressman Joaquin Castro, who just visited the border late last week to tell us that Governor Greg Abbott and the Texas Department of Public Safety are mean. They're mean because they employed. What they did was they deployed these border buoys in the Rio Grande, and it makes it a lot harder to swim across the Rio Grande.
But I hear they're working. They're stopping the immigration.
Yeah, but it's mean.
But it's mean.
It's mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Here he is.
I know that there's been a lot of controversy about these barrel traps that are being placed by Governor Abbott in the Rio Grande.
Listen to the
what exactly they're
verbiage.
doing. And the state says that they're not a danger to anybody. I want you to look right here at this chainsaw type device. They hit right in the middle.
Chainsaw type device.
Right over here. You can see the distance.
Uh-oh. What? Show us. Field trip.
Razor wire.
Field trip.
Razor wire.
Oh, wow. Razor wire.
Right
No.
Yeah.
Don't say that.
We really have a situation where
it's a border.
The state government and Greg Abbott are treating human beings
like animals. No.
These are folks who are asylum seekers who try to petition for asylum in the United States.
Illegals.
Right.
And this is how the men, women, and children.
Here's the way you avoid any of that treatment. You don't come here illegally. How's that for an idea?
It's incredibly inhumane. It's the reason that I've said that it's barbaric.
Shut up.
Because it is. It's barbaric.
Oh my gosh. Man. So we can't take any measures. We can't take any steps that are effective in protecting our border because it's too mean. Because these are people that are seeking asylum. Yeah. Okay. Well, let them do it the right way. If they really are in need of asylum, let them do it the right way. Come here legally. Cross at a border crossing. Fill out the paperwork. Let us know what you're doing, what you intend.
Yeah, but who wants
How do you contribute to us?
Fill out all that stuff.
Yeah, you don't want to.
Paperwork and stuff.
It takes time. You know, I hear that. I used to hear that all the time when we talk about this. And people would say, it's hard. Yeah, it's supposed to be. It's supposed to be hard. Not as hard as they made it on our Irish friend. What's his face?
Oh, Jonathan Dunn.
Yeah. 11 years or something. And he was a huge lover of America, wanted desperately to be here and experience freedom that our Constitution allows. And they wouldn't let him. He got turned down over and over, and he was trying to do it the right way. Tried desperately for years, over a decade, to get in. I think he finally made it.
Yes. He fell in love with an Oklahoma gal.
Yeah. Wow. Oh, okay. So he married into it.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
She started it.
But speaking of the Texas government, the governor, his move to ship illegal aliens to blue states and sanctuary cities, of course, has worked brilliantly, as we talked about last hour. Chuck Todd on NBC, we have to play this for you because he actually admitted, he gave credit to Greg Abbott for a prediction the Texas governor made. Listen to this.
New York City's growing humanitarian crisis, the shelter system slammed by an influx of migrants. The new calls for federal help. I guess Greg Abbott was right. He said once he got blue cities to deal with this, that they would be very upset at the federal government.
Yep. It was right.
Brilliant.
So brilliant. Mm-hmm. And speaking of busing illegals all over the country and places like New York City, Staten Island residents have had enough in their area. Apparently, illegals are now being sent to
nursing homes.
Nursing homes?
Isn't this so? I mean, what is? Didn't they learn their lesson with COVID up there?
And several thousand Staten Island residents showed up to protest it.
Yeah.
Making billions of dollars wasted on folks who have no connection to our city. And we know who's really
This
to
sounds
blame.
hateful.
The author of all of our woes. And he sits in the White House and his name is Joe Biden.
Wow.
We're sending a message to him and him today that his time in that office is numbered. This would never happen if Donald Trump was president of the United States.
That's a fact.
Wow.
Staten Island.
How about that?
Now, let me just do this on air here. Lance, this next clip that we're going to play is going to need to be saved by you. I'll send you the link. You're going to love this lady, Pat, that was at this rally, this New Yorker. Watch this chick.
I'm here with Donna, who's a resident of Staten Island. Donna, what message do you have for Joe Biden?
You suck, you hate America, and you didn't win the election.
Yes!
Get over it.
Donna from New York. That chick's awesome.
Oh, man.
What's your message for Joe?
What was that message
I'm here with Donna, who's a resident of Staten Island. Donna, what message do you have for Joe Biden?
You suck, you hate America, and you didn't win the election. Get over it.
There's our show title, gentlemen. You suck, you hate America, and you didn't win the election. Get over it.
Tremendous. Tremendous.
She's awesome. Thank you, Donna in Staten Island.
By the way, we were mentioning the $24 billion going to Ukraine.
Right.
That's actually being held up right now because GOP leaders are putting up a fight this time against sending them another $24 billion.
Yeah.
How about that?
Let's see how long that lasts, right?
A little bit of pushback.
Yeah, that's it. So that's the difference between asking for straight up cash and just sending them every last tool in our military arsenal.
Right.
That's when you have to get the money, you go through Congress anyway.
All right, let me tell you about Constitution Wealth, because it's no secret that we're in a culture war right now, unlike anything this country's ever seen. We fight every day in our schools for our kids, in our churches for our morality and for our religious freedom, and in politics in order to keep the left from turning the land of the free into a Marxist society. But how do you fight every day with your finances? Constitution Wealth is a group of conservative financial managers that understand that even investing has become a battleground, and conservatives are losing. Most conservative portfolios are currently funding the very morals and evils that we fight against every single day, but you don't have to do that any longer. At Constitution Wealth, they believe in aiming to empower American patriots through wealth management services, investing, estate planning, tax planning, charitable giving, returning the voting power to their clients. They use the funds and strategies that share their clients' values and use their influence to support social beliefs that you have. Fighting the culture war with the talents God has given us. Financial investments. That's what they're doing. Constitution Wealth will support aligning your values with your financials because they understand you can greatly increase your portfolio when you invest using core principles, not just numbers. They respect liberty and freedom and believe in helping people fulfill their God-given potential. Constitution Wealth is looking for like-minded people who are ready to invest and potentially change the financial landscape of America. You can book a free consultation at constitutionwealth.com/Pat. constitutionwealth.com/Pat. Thought we'd take a peek at the weekend box office, which continues to be astounding for Sound of Freedom.
Oh, really?
It's mind-boggling. It's still in the top 10. Now, number one over the weekend was Barbie, of course. $33.7 million. It's made $526 million since it came out 4 weeks ago. Oppenheimer, number two, $18.8 million for the weekend, $264 million since it came out. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Did you know they did a new one?
I heard it, but I haven't seen it.
I know about that. $15.7 million. That's up to $72 million since it came out 2 weeks ago. Then you got Meg 2, The Trench, followed by The Last Voyage of the Demeter. Haunted Mansion, why they released that in the summertime instead of Halloween, I'll never know. Something called Talk to Me. And then at number 8, Sound of Freedom, made $4.8 million again over the weekend. Keep in mind, its budget was $14 million.
And what is it up to again?
$172.8 million.
Incredible. Could Disney use that money?
Oh, no.
Seems like they've been struggling a little bit.
They wouldn't know where to put it. They've got so much money that's piling in from these incredible movies they're releasing.
Okay, because
I'm sure they wouldn't want to have even more.
Because I heard they put this movie, Sound of Freedom, on a shelf for 5 years and then got rid of it.
Right. Fortunately for them.
Just a burden sitting around collecting dust.
Get this. Sound of Freedom it's beaten Mission Impossible. The new Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning is at $159 million, $13 million behind Sound of Freedom. It's never going to catch it. Never going to catch it. So Sound of Freedom has beaten Mission Impossible and just tied the overall take with Indiana Jones, which has been out a week longer. And they're at the same $172 million figure.
And that's
that incredible?
A lot of theaters where there's no air conditioning in the middle of summer.
Right.
Boy, this is...
They could not stop it, try as they may. In fact, it probably helped the movie overall.
Yeah.
It made people more dedicated to get out and make an effort to see it, and they did.
Makes you wonder why so many people in Hollywood have but against a movie that tries to point out the evils of pedophilia and kidnapping.
Yeah, how dare you?
Of all the things to be against.
There was also just a report put out by, I think, Department of Homeland Security and, I don't know, was it the FBI that said that these stats are not exaggerated that you see at the end of the movie?
Oh, wow.
The stats about child trafficking have not been exaggerated, which is one of their big claims. Oh, they're exaggerating. This is a QAnon exaggeration. Is it? And the answer is no, it is not.
And one of the whistleblowers from the FBI mentioned that he was taken off of chasing down these sex trafficking investigations and put on January 6th. You talk about moving resources around.
Oh, my
This
gosh.
government sucks in so many ways.
Wow. Well, you got to allocate those resources for the biggest problem we face, and that's white people. There's a lot of white people involved in January 6th.
It's white undercover federal agents mixing in with Antifa and whatnot on January 6th, we saw.
But were they white?
Yes.
Yes, they were.
Of course they were.
So, big gathering in Sturgis, as always. By all accounts, the crowds were big. 600,000 people showed up.
Yeah.
Here's what it looked like, though, at the Budweiser tent that they set up.
Oh, no.
Here we are, Sturgis Bud Light tent midweek. Any improvement?
Oh, man.
That's what we hope. Folds of Honor is here. The Bud Light tent, we're hoping business picks up a little bit. The guys midweek. Oh, my goodness. Wow.
Not a soul there. Not a soul.
Guys, are we seeing any uptick in business here? A little bit, okay.
Are you?
Okay. All right, let's see. Hey,
all right.
Let's keep it positive, right? Let's keep it positive. Maybe by the end of the week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
He's like,
Appreciate the hard
I
work
don't want to be.
We covered this early on in the week, guys. Take a look. Sturgis is absolutely jam-packed.
All right.
Nobody.
Nobody is there.
They put a lot of money into that setup, too.
More Pat Gray Unleashed coming up.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Wow. Welcome. Apparently, lots of people are pissed off at Lionel Richie. He missed a show he was scheduled to perform at in Madison Square Garden. But it's when he canceled that pissed people off. An hour after the show was supposed to have started.
What?
Yeah. Yeah. So
no.
That's not good. Then he tweeted out that there was, due to weather, his flight couldn't land. Everybody's like, wait, there was no weather here in New York. What are you talking about?
What are you talking about?
So, yeah, I don't know what happened there, but he was supposed to perform at Madison Square Garden with Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's a great concert, Bill.
Oh.
Lionel Richie and Earth, Wind, and Fire, I'd go to that.
Yeah.
I'd go, even though there's only 3 remaining original members of Earth, Wind, and Fire. Maurice White died 7 or 8 years ago. But you still have Philip Bailey,
Okay.
for some of the higher pitched songs that they perform.
So was the crowd there
upset
all night long?
Yeah, all night long. They were upset all night long.
All night long.
They weren't dancing on the ceiling, but they were upset all night long.
Sorry.
Yeah. All right. So I guess that Kamala Harris was on MSNBC over the weekend.
Yeah, I thought you'd really appreciate this. I hate this clip, though, in that Joy Reid kind of hands it off to the sound clip. Kamala Harris was on with Reverend Al Sharpton. And so, unfortunately, we don't get Reverend Al asking the question. So maybe you could recreate that.
But this was the question he asked, right?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
Kamala, what is the first thing you think about when you wake up in the morning?
That's the question.
Yeah, that's the question.
But we were robbed of that, so thank you for recreating.
Yeah. I'm a trained monkey.
There you go. All right.
And here's what she said.
Okay.
Here's how the vice president responded when asked what she thinks about when she wakes up in the morning.
Our democracy. Wherever I think everything is at stake right
Pause
now.
it for a second. All right, so the first thing she thinks about doesn't exist. That's great. That's great.
Okay.
If you believe okay, the first thing Kamala Harris thinks about in the morning when she wakes up, our democracy. What about our democracy? What do you think? What is going on?
Well,
are you,
she said,
worried about how bad things are under your administration?
Oh, yeah. She goes, everything's at stake.
Oh, my God.
Let me listen to this melodramatic
this
garbage.
Is unreal.
Our democracy. Rev, I think everything is at stake right now.
Yeah.
Rev.
I eat no for breakfast.
Rev, I think everything's at stake right now.
Well, she's right about that. I mean, they are destroying this democracy every single day. They destroy a little bit more of it.
I'm not joking.
No kidding. You
Wow.
sure aren't.
That is really bad.
Yep, well, there you go.
Now, Keith wants us to take a tour of the Bay Area in California.
Yeah,
for
the
this
Bay
past
Area,
weekend.
all of California, really. There's been so much going on in that state. It's a lost cause. What's this first clip we've got here? Okay, so this is just a trip down the road here. Someone is driving and a little police activity in front of them. This is just your typical day in any California city. Watch this here. Because look at the police. Now, are they about to go and knock down a guy's door, a bay window about to get knocked out in Utah? I don't know, but there's just, just driving down the road, Oakland City Police just headed to their next call.
Yeah, they don't seem to be in a hurry.
I know. Is that just routine patrol there? What else we got? Oh, gosh. Now, this could be Austin, Texas, in fairness, but this happened the other night with the car doing its spin out there. Look at that. I mean, look at this.
All over road dragging and
we are
racing.
A lawless society in so many parts of this country now. That is
not cool.
They're lucky they didn't get flung out of there. Now this next clip, this is a family on vacation. Why you would choose California, I don't know. But they decide to stop for gas, and you can't even stop for gas in the state of California without becoming an instant target. Watch what happens. So, okay, he's filling up. Now, look at this guy. This guy has snuck over from his car to steal the luggage and take off. Go.
Oh, jeez.
Look at this poor guy.
Oh, man.
He's like, bro, I was just filling up my tank. Oh, my gosh. Family vacation ruined. Oh, yeah, so I asked for a little still shots here. Couple observations. So there's the guy who steals the stuff from the car. There's a family dog riding there that just was like, whatever. You see the dog in there? The dog's just like letting it happen. What a worthless animal. Then, because it's California, I had him isolate on the sign. $5.19. Pat, I saw $5.05 way up high in Colorado. This is in the city in California. $5.19 a gallon.
Again.
Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah, it went up like 30 cents a gallon or something last week.
Isn't it fun?
Yeah,
it's fun. It's especially fun when you're taking a long drive in expensive parts of the country for gas. Oh, that was fun. In the mountains.
Bet gas set you back a little bit.
It was over $4 everywhere.
Was it? Wow.
Yeah, and then that 505. Now, one more clip. Nordstrom's is a high-end store, right?
Yep.
Okay, and then you got the mall there, and we talked earlier with Glenn about, you can just steal stuff. Well, you got this flash mob with 50 people showing up, and this is California, Los Angeles. Yeah, California is a lost cause. Ladies and gentlemen, look at all these thieves just taking high-end merchandise. I believe I saw an estimate of $100,000. It's got to be more than that.
Yeah, you would think so.
Look at that, because they've taken everything.
Yeah.
Look at this.
Some of them still attached to the display case.
He's dragging
the display case with him.
And I love the
unreal. It was just a smash and grab. They came in and smashed and grabbed and left.
And then the employee kind of
$100,000.
lumbering toward them while wearing a mask, because that'll protect you from flash mobs.
From all manner of things.
So anyway, California. I just thought we'd take a trip down.
It's really bad.
Yeah, that's
really bad.
There are parts of this country that I just refuse to go anymore.
Eventually, somebody's going to have to realize we're not going to be a society anymore unless you put a stop to this stuff. We can't have a civilization when nobody's acting civilized. This is to the point where, I mean, it's a top-down, bottom-up that Glenn talks about all the time. This is what they want us to do, is to be so frustrated, so afraid, and so fed up with what's going on that we just want the government to do something about it. Doesn't have to be the right thing. Just do something about it. Maybe we're just too free. So I don't know. Maybe we just got armed guards everywhere, and I don't know. You have to have your body searched every time you go into a store.
Oh boy.
Maybe you have to walk through an X-ray area just to get into a store. Maybe it's like airport security now to get into a retail outlet. And they've already locked things up at many convenience stores. So if you want a tube of toothpaste, you got to go to the clerk and say, hey, I want the toothpaste. Can you unlock the cabinet? So they have to come out, unlock it. You got to believe that's hurt their sales too. I mean,
saw a ton of old abandoned homes and cabins way up in the mountains during my trip last week that are so inviting to just hide away in. You know, I mean, instead of dealing with people.
Yeah, I know. It's kind of inviting, isn't it?
Sure is. So,
now that you think about it.
So's the weather.
Yeah, for sure. Well, it's only going to be 106 before we get the cold front, right, today? So that's not bad.
That's not bad at all.
That's not bad. Picture for a moment, if you would, what it would be like if all of a sudden the global medication supply chain of antibiotics disappeared. I mean, that's not that hard to imagine since we have had that happen already, and other medications are not plentiful as well. Most of our medicine in this country is manufactured in China, some in India, almost none of it here. And so they can shut us off anytime they want. So what do? Well, you order the Jace case from Jace Medical. It's a great way to keep yourself prepared. It's a pack of 5 different courses of antibiotics that you can use to treat all kinds of bacterial illnesses. Sinusitis, skin infections, respiratory infections, all manner of things treated with these 5 antibiotic flights. It's a great way to get ready for shortages or perfect for traveling, too. Don't get caught unprepared. Go to jacemedical.com. Enter the promo code PAT at checkout. That's promo code PAT at JASE, jacemedical.com.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.
Pat Gray Unleashed at X, Instagram, Threads. Also, subscribe to our YouTube page, youtube.com/Pat Gray. We always got tasty stuff as well as the show there for you. Subscribe, rate, leave a podcast review on iTunes. It's Pat Gray Unleashed on our podcast, Spotify, iTunes, wherever you get yours. And blazetv.com/Pat, code Pat for 10% off your Blaze TV subscription.
Nice.
I guess there was a little weirdness happening at a tennis tournament over the weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Interesting.
This is, wow. I mean, you gotta.
They're playing a point, rather long rally, and somebody screws up in the sound booth.
Oh,
wow. Cotton Eye Joe just came on mid-rally. Oh, wow.
Oh, wow.
He did it again. Wait, what did he start to say there?
Are we in Texas? Hey, excuse me? What do you mean? What, like we're a bunch of hicks out here just listening to Cotton Eye Joe all the time?
Oh.
Hey, I don't know what this newfangled game they're playing out there with them rackets.
Where did you come from? Where did you go? Yeah, I'm going to be cranking that out in the Blaze parking lot when I pull out of here today.
Cotton Eye Joe?
You're gonna feel the bass.
Heck yeah.
Yeah. So that's weird. You can just hear this. Just like...
Cotton Eye Joe just came on mid-rally.
It's funny.
And then they
do it again. Weird.
Are we in Texas?
Weird.
We should cut to the scene of the sound booth. There's like a life and death struggle. People in there fighting, and then the soundtrack is Cotton Eye Joe. That'd be a good scene in a movie.
Oh,
actually.
man.
That was fun.
Also, do you remember the the woman who went, I call her the crazy plane lady, because she believed that the person who was sitting next to her on the flight wasn't real.
So it turns out it's not a lizard person.
I guess not. No.
Shoot.
She's never really, at least to my knowledge, explained what it was she thought this person was, right? Or why this happened to her. Because now she seems fine, and she put out this video to apologize. I'm sure her business has been kind of affected by this. She apparently was really successful.
Yeah, that's what I hear.
Yeah, and so now I don't know if she lost clients, but here's her apology.
Hi everyone, it's me, Tiffany Gomez, probably better known as the crazy plane lady, which is completely warranted. As you know, I have been unwilling to speak on the viral video, but I do finally feel that it's time. First and foremost, I want to take full accountability for my actions. They were completely unacceptable. Distressed or not, I should have been in control of my emotions.
Pause it for a second. What were you distressed about, though? What happened? I'd love to know.
Does she mention
what
in this
caused that?
Something about earpods, right? Does she mention that here, or did I read that somewhere? Where
let's see if she talks about it.
She switches seats.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that was not the case.
No.
My use of profanity was completely unnecessary.
Right.
And I want to apologize to everyone on that plane, especially those that had children aboard.
Except for the
Can
unreal
imagine
person,
going
right?
through
The person
that
wasn't real.
and trying to explain to your kid what in the world just happened.
Yeah.
We all have our bad moments.
Right, but why?
Some
What
far
happened?
worse than others. And mine happened to be caught on camera for the whole world to see multiple times. Sorry. Trying not to sound like Minnie Mouse. Well, it has been really comical for everyone, and I have highly enjoyed so many of the memes.
I bet you have.
On the flip side, it is very invasive and unkind. And I don't know what I would do without the love and support of my friends and family. They are loyal to a fault, and I don't know what I did to deserve them. Sorry, y'all. I hope that I can use this experience and do a little bit of good in the world, and that is what I intend to do.
Okay.
I hope that you guys can accept my apology, and I can begin to move on with my life.
Good luck.
All right.
Not happening, I'm sure.
I don't know that we needed an apology, really, did we? I would rather have an explanation of what was wrong with you. Were you not on your meds that day? Do you need medication?
Yeah, that was pretty generic, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So apparently she was upset that when she switched seats, I guess she left her AirPods.
Okay.
I mean, they're not cheap.
Right.
Hundreds of bucks, right?
Yeah.
And so apparently she thinks that the guy had him or something that took her seat. And so, but she didn't mention that there.
No,
I saw that in a different video where she was talking with police who charged her or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Took her information.
I think she tried to get back on the flight, which is weird because she told people the flight was going to blow up.
Yeah, was she doing that? Okay, yeah, I don't understand.
So then she tried to get back on the flight. So I don't know if her episode was over or whatever, and then she's like, "Oh wait, I need to get on that flight," and they wouldn't let her. And then they found her sitting curbside waiting for an Uber. So I don't know what happened to her, but I think she did talk to police a couple of times. She was
been
outside.
Doxxed. Her house has been
really?
put online. Oh, absolutely. Every time you make waves.
Why would you do that?
Because people
Come on.
suck. That's
There's
why.
No need for that.
She's a graduate of Oklahoma State University and lives in a $2 million home in the Lakewood neighborhood of Dallas. Okay, so now we all know that.
Huh. Yeah. So she's apparently fairly successful. Has probably lost some clients.
Oh my gosh, Pat.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my gosh. Okay, so who is a comedian from the 80s you often bring up just at random times? First guy.
Sam Kinison?
No. Carrot Top.
Carrot Top.
Carrot
Okay.
Top, sorry. Okay, so Carrot Top was on board that plane.
Carrot Top
I'm
was
reading
on the...
this story.
What?
Carrot Top, comedian Carrot Top claimed he was aboard the plane when the viral incident happened. That blinking nut job just lost her mind in front of the whole plane. I hope she's happy. We're all stuck in Dallas now because of her. Anyway, sorry you got stuck in Dallas, Carrot Top.
Yeah, sorry about that. She should be apologizing to Carrot Top, not the rest of us.
That guy's a busy man. I mean, he's high demand.
Yeah. Do you know how long it takes to dial down the middle? Long time.
Love it.
Because there's no way to dial down the middle anymore. We don't have any. What was that? A phone booth thing?
I think it was a calling card or something. Yeah.
Weird.
Whatever that is.
But interesting. It would be nice if people just let her get on with things now.
Yeah.
Stay on your meds, pumpkin, and it'll be okay. Hopefully. But will the COVID thing ever be okay?
No.
COVID doesn't explain a few things. Like, this is an interesting article that has appeared in light of the fact that just last week, another 17-year-old healthy basketball star dropped dead during workouts.
Yeah, Caleb White, number 3 prospect there out of Alabama.
Jeez. Yep. 17.
Heartbreaking, man. And then what was the other one? 52-year-old Sean Dawkins. NFL receiver, a massive heart attack.
And he died as well.
But I'm sure there's nothing.
But don't even mention any possibility that could be bringing that on, because it's just a natural, normal thing to all of these people.
Yeah.
Dropping dead. You know what? There's a couple of articles that are coming out talking about the fact that, well, here's the headline: more young Americans are dying, and it's not COVID.
Wow. So you see that headline, you think, wow, this is USA Today?
Yeah.
They're going to tackle this issue? They're going to mainstream this as a possibility?
Why aren't we searching for answers? Really good question within the headline. But then they don't even bring up the most reasonable explanation there is. Let's see, what's changed in the last 3 years? Oh, that's right, the vaccine.
Yeah, Control F vaccine or vaccination somewhere.
Not in the article.
No.
It's not in it.
So close, USA Today. You were this close.
But the Society of Actuaries reports COVID-19 claims do not fully explain the increase. Right. Okay, so maybe the virus weakened some people's hearts. Maybe it affected them in a way that others didn't get affected.
34% spike in death in that
34% spike is gigantic
in that age group. But again, it's probably climate change.
Well, that's...
Or wait, what else has changed? The Biden administration is in office.
Okay, so is Biden injecting things into people and killing them?
That's not a far stretch. I'm just saying. But there you go. Yeah. So
but there you go.
So in other words,
at least somebody brought up a question about it.
That says, hold on, 0 to 24 says excess mortality up there says 44.8%, right?
Oh
my gosh. It's worse than that, because that was just
44.8.
I think that article
was 45%.
Yeah, I think that article was like 13 to 24. Dear heavens.
Oh, that's crazy.
Come on.
Jeez.
And
again, it's all since COVID. So it's got to be linked somehow,
probably
doesn't
nothing
it?
here. You got to play this clip out of Australia. And I think in overtime, maybe if we have a chance, Ron Johnson, I mean, he was doing an interview on Fox Business. We'll play this clip in overtime. He's just laying it out there, and he's revisiting something that the elites did just before COVID as being the cause for all of this madness. But this clip out of Australia with these 2 Pfizer executives testifying before the Australian Senate is very interesting. See if you can pick up a little something that they said here.
Read that your vaccine mandate was using your own batch of vaccine, especially imported for Pfizer, which was not tested by the TGA. Is that correct?
Senator, so Pfizer undertook to import a batch of vaccine specifically for the employee vaccination program.
Oh, wait, what? Wait. What?
What?
That's okay. So Pfizer did a different vaccine for Pfizer employees.
Yeah, so they had a vaccine mandate like many companies did, and their employees got a different batch.
Is there a follow-up question as to why?
I couldn't find like the longer version of this.
Wow.
Because I want to know exactly that.
Yeah.
What was
Why?
the follow-up?
Why would you do that? Why would you have a separate batch for your employees? Was it because you knew it was dangerous and you didn't want to kill your employees? Wow. Why would you do that?
Bro.
That's really weird.
Come on now.
That is really, really weird.
And you can go to howbadismybatch.com to see if the little number on your vaccine card, if you got vaccinated, if anybody has reported a health-related issue, some sort of reaction with the same batch that you got. I would love to see if anybody from the Pfizer gang there had any ill effects.
All right. We'll talk about this a little bit more. We've got Ron Johnson discussing some things that will open up your eyes and perk up your ears, I think. That's coming up on Overtime today.
Do you want to learn neo-pronouns?
Neo-pronouns?
Yeah, we have a guide. If you're interested, we can learn all of these new pronouns.
Oh, I'm excited.
Okay.
God.
This is Pat Gray Unleashed.